Hey guys, it's Stephen here, back with another video the day after Manchester City's wonderful and much needed 3-1 victory away at Chelsea. It was absolutely brilliant. You loved it, I loved it, and today we're going to look at 5 things that I personally learned from this game. Before I do that though, I want to say thank you as ever to OneFootball. Look at this glorious app sat alongside me. It's absolutely incredible, and as you can see, if you want to keep up to date with all the latest football stories going around the internet and the Manchester City news and all the stats currently on screen right now, so you can break down Manchester City's performance in even more detail, what are you waiting for? It's free, it's absolutely brilliant, and it's available for download right now in the link in the description below. So do yourself and your phone a massive favour, click that link in the description, download OneFootball, help support my channel, and get access to all the latest Manchester City stories, especially during the January transfer window, so you don't miss out on any big news and all the breaking transfer news, and essentially get all the stats and everything you need to know Manchester City delivered straight to your phone. So go and download it right now, and hopefully you will enjoy it. I enjoy it, you will enjoy it, I promise you. And also want to say thank you as well to my latest patrons, by the way. I've got 2 new names to thank you. Christo Hating, hopefully I pronounced that right, mate, and Aisha Al-Sawadi. Thank you very much to both Christo and Aisha for joining my Patreon, patreon.com/Esteemed Company if you want to. I shall be getting sent a special Esteemed Company mug in the post. And Christo as well will be invited to the Slack group alongside Aisha, and also getting involved in Patreon only Q&As. Big love to those two. If you want to get involved, patreon.com/Esteemed Company. Right, let's get on to today's video. I'm going to have to start initially with the false 9 Kevin De Bruyne, false Kev, and it was absolutely wonderful. Now Guardiola surprised us all yesterday with a tactical setup that none of us really expected. Now, of course, we knew that Gabriel Jesus wasn't going to be involved, and it was likely that Aguero wasn't going to start from the beginning at very least, and get involved for the full 90 minutes. But I think we were all surprised to see the lineup that we did, given the players on the pitch. When we first saw that lineup with Sterling and Foden and Bernardo and everyone else mentioned, I think we all presumed it would have been Sterling through the middle, or maybe Bernardo was a false 9, or maybe even Foden. But none of us saw what was coming, and it was absolutely wonderful. Guardiola essentially set up with Kevin De Bruyne as a false 9, with Foden to the left, Sterling to the right. And he actually played 2 false 8s, really. Now, the actual positional analysis showed that Bernardo played most of his game kind of alongside Gundogan, which allowed Manchester City creativity from deep. It allowed Manchester City to really build the ball up constantly and have creativity from every single angle. Of course, the industry as well, the added energy in midfield of Bernardo willing to do all the kind of hard running, allowed time for Kevin De Bruyne to be at his most effective further up the pitch and influence the attacking play and terrify Chelsea. It was an incredibly intelligent move from Guardiola to not only just release Gundogan getting forward, but to have the legs alongside him in Bernardo to offer a little bit of support for Rodri. And also Bernardo was intelligent enough occasionally to drop a little bit deeper and allow Cancelo to go further forward into a number 10 role at times. Cancelo was absolutely everywhere, with Bernardo occasionally covering down at right back. Even though Bernardo wasn't really playing as a right winger, he still covered down at the right back, slot every now and then, allowing Sterling to bomb forward and come through the middle if he wanted to. And it was an incredibly fluid display for everyone involved. And Kevin false 9, Kevin De Bruyne at false 9 was the epitome of that. It was a genius decision, and it was very much Pete Guardiola, and I absolutely loved it. Secondly, we got to talk about that man, Philip Walter Foden, one of our own, and once again he played, and once again he delivered. Honestly, man, just play Phil Foden every week. It's dead simple football. Sometimes you play dead good players, and dead good players do dead good things. It ain't complicated, lads. It really isn't much more complicated than that. And Foden once again showed just how good he can be in a system that suits his needs. Now, I don't think he's a left winger by default. I think we all know he isn't. But he was so intelligent yesterday, yet again, working hard for the team, linking up so intelligently with the players moving around him. And I think it did benefit Foden that everyone was in such great form that day. But linking up with De Bruyne, linking up with Sterling, linking up with Gundogan, linking up with Bernardo as well. It really worked for Foden yesterday. Now, of course, we know he's always really willing to work and help support Zinchenko and get back and so on. And he was fantastic. And once again, Foden plays and he delivers, man. A goal and assist. Everything about Phil Foden's game is set up to deliver those big, important moments. That's just how he is instinctively, which is why I think at the moment when City are lacking goals and lacking a bit of creativity, Play Foden. He will create chances, and if he doesn't create a chance, he'll probably score a goal, or very much he will at least get an assist. That's why I love him. The guy is the real deal, and he's only 20 years old. What a player. And a massive game for him, this against Chelsea, I reckon, and he's absolutely answered his critics. Next up, can we just talk about Ruben Diaz, man? How is he only 23? I was chatting about him last night on Twitter, and someone raised the point that he's actually the baby in our defence. He's a year younger than Zinchenko. He's younger than Stones, younger than Cancelo. He's a baby, and he's that mature already. It's almost ridiculous how good Ruben Diaz, given his age, given his lack of experience in the Premier League, given the fact that many of us actually doubted him as well. Diaz continues to be absolutely excellent. And it's not just the fact that he's such a reassuring presence on the pitch, it's his leadership. I will never ever get tired of watching him just do exactly what he needs to do in that moment. If a player makes a mistake, he's the first to be there, pat him on the back and say, don't worry, cajoling them, getting them going, motivating them to get back on their feet and carry on if they make a mistake. And if a player then does something right, he's also the first player to run over them, give them a high five, tell them that they've just done something amazing and get them fired up. I absolutely love that intensity. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when the fans are back in the stadium and we can get behind Diaz, he can turn around to the fans and go like that and get them going behind the goal? It's going to be absolutely wonderful, and I can't wait. There's a bit where Stones was like harrying a Chelsea forward, and Stones ended up kind of like, as a result, running over into the stands because of the way it came up, but Diaz was straight over to him to give him a big high five, and I loved it. I also loved a little bit when he was telling Fernandinho what to do and where to be late on in the game. I mean, that is just absolutely incredible leadership to push around Fernandinho, the senior statesman of the team. Diaz is the real deal. He's absolutely brilliant, and I think we haven't realised just how good this guy actually is. He's transformational and a future Manchester City captain. Next, we need to talk about Gundogan. We just need to talk about Gundogan. He's becoming ridiculously important to this Manchester City side, and he's in the best reign of form, in my opinion, that he's been in for an awful long time. I think last time we saw him in form this good was probably the running of the 18-19 season, when he played a very different role at number 6 when Fernandinho was out injured and City went on that massive winning streak of, it was 14 games, I think. Gundogan was huge that time. But at the moment now, Gundogan's stepping up into that David Silva void and really starting to find his energy and his form. And what I love about him, he's not just recycling the ball and passing it around neatly as we all know he can do. He's now getting a real end product. He's really getting involved. He's scoring goals, getting really far into the box and running past midfielders and running past forwards. And if he carries on doing that, I mean, we've seen him score a couple of goals recently. Obviously as well, he was unlucky with a last-minute header against West Brom. But overall, we're seeing a Gundogan that is willing to really take the game by the scruff of the neck and make that difference. Honestly, it was an incredibly high-class performance yesterday from a player who looks confident at the moment, who looks fit, who looks like he belongs. He looks like a man who's realised, actually, do you know what? I'm not just second fiddle anymore to David Silva or Fernandinho or Kevin De Bruyne. If I actually play well, there's a spot here for me to take. Sometimes the loss of a player like David Silva or Fernandinho can actually present a bit of an opportunity for someone else. And even though it can be painful in the short term, losing someone like him, occasionally it can lead to a situation where one player realises actually maybe this is a big chance for them to go and grasp. And I honestly believe at the moment we're seeing Gundogan realise that and finding his confidence, finding his place in this Manchester City side to show what a good player that we know he can be and what a good player that he currently is. Technically brilliant, hard-working, scoring goals, a delightful goal by the way. The technique involved in that is absolutely just chef's kiss. Absolutely wonderful goal. And at the moment we're seeing a world-class Gundogan. At the moment he's literally playing at a world-class level. Long may continue. And finally, we need to talk about what's staring us in the face. City started yesterday 8th in the league. Given the fixtures this month and given the fact that we play one of our games in hand and United and Liverpool have to face each other, by the end of January we could be looking at Manchester City at the top of the table. Of course it might not happen, but we're in a title challenge here. Do you remember all the doom and gloom of a few weeks ago? All of a sudden Manchester City, little old Manchester City, have been quietly sneaking up the table to the point where we're only 4 points behind the league leaders in United and Liverpool at the moment in terms of points, with a game in hand to play. When that game in hand, I mean, it could have been been Everton, by the way, and all of a sudden we would have been 1 point off the top of the table. It's looking very positive, and of course, you've always got more of a chance when you're building on that very solid foundation, which is our centre-back pairing. Defensively, we look good. Cancelo was coming to incredible form. Zinchenko did a good job yesterday. We've got Ake and Laporte to come back if you want more solid left-back options as well, or centre-back pairings. We've got Edison to come back into the team as well. We've got strikers to come back into the team in terms of Gabriel Jesus and Sergio Aguero. We've got Gundogan finding his form. Foden looking great. Sterling, by the way, his best game in ages, in my personal opinion, out on the right yesterday. Industrious, confident, running at people. I know he missed a chance. He was still creating chances and absolutely terrifying for Chelsea's defenders. Bernardo seems to be finding form. De Bruyne getting a much-needed goal and being carried on being Kevin De Bruyne. We are in a title challenge here, guys, and this is a weird year. And all of a sudden, we could be staring down the fact that we had a poor start to the season, but this Manchester City side are waking up and getting better and better and better. Be confident. Trust in Pep. Trust in the process. And fingers crossed come the end of the season. Who knows, man? Stranger things have happened. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Go and download OneFootball. It would mean absolute loads to me if you can help support the channel, and click the link in the description. It helps support me, and it's just great. So what are you waiting for? And also thank you to all the names scrolling down the side of the screen, my latest patrons. Also thank you to Christo and Aisha as well for getting involved. If you want to, patreon.com/Esteemed Company. If not though, make sure just to hit that subscribe button. Get me to 50,000. I'm on the road to 50k. It'd be great to get there. And also don't forget to like, comment, and all the usual thing. And I'll see you in a bit. Don't forget as well, by the way, Patreon and YouTube second tier members, there's a video player ratings up right now. Anyway, bye-bye.